go to the Russo Bros because I think a lot of you guys probably want to hear our opinions on that. Okay, so it says this: the Russo brothers have reportedly signed a new deal with Marvel Studios to lead several projects, including the upcoming X-Men movie. How you feel about the Russo Bros being the ones to lead the charge with the X-Men, if true?
I'm not like completely against it, but I think that they need other directors to make their larger crossover movies. You know, otherwise it's going to end up feeling redundant and stale. And we need these things to be constantly innovating and feel fresh. And I think you need a different director to breathe fresh air into the new mutant era of the MCU and not the Russos.
Mm. Interesting take. You see, I disagree to an extent because I think that
I knew you were going to disagree with me. You know how I knew? Because I knew that you already knew what I was going to say, and you wanted to
I had a
get
rebuttal.
it out, so you didn't have to say, I have rebuttals. Let me hear what you're going to say.
Bro knows my game.
Yes.
He knows my game. bro. Wait, so you knew I already had a reason in my head?
100%. 100%. But you know what? That's how confident I am in my argument. And
I promise you, bro, I don't have a rebuttal. I promise you I don't, bro. This time, I ain't gonna lie, with Batman, I had mad rebuttals. Like I had like 6 of them.
Yeah.
But this one, I promise, this is not a scripted rebuttal. Okay. This is off the dome. Okay. So I you will never let that down for the rest of this podcast, that rebuttal thing. Yeah. And now even my wife gives me crap about it. Okay. Anyways.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, she was like, "What nice rebuttal." I was like, "All right, shut up." All right, so yeah, when y'all meet, I imagine you guys are gonna have a fun joke about that rebuttal crap. Okay, here's my thing about the Russos and the X-Men. See, I kind of see this as number one. Like it is very hard in film, or let me say this: it is very hard in when it comes to superhero movies to have all these multiple characters being juggled in a film and to make it work well. And that's why, like, when it comes to the X-Men failures, I do shoot some bail to those people, to the people that did them in the past, because I feel like they were trying the best that they could, and it's been very hard to juggle them. I think the Russos are the first guys to get it right, to where we got, and actually Joss Whedon was the first one to do it right. But the Russos perfected what Joss did. Right. And I think that when it comes to that standpoint, I think the Russos are the perfect guys to start it and lead it. Now, this is where I come in, right? Or this is where I have a opinion. I would love, my dream is if the Russos do the first one, but they let other people come in to do the next one. Because I do take the wording of they will be leading several projects, and we know that they have already been producing a lot of stuff. I would love for them to maybe be like producers for some of these films and to bring in someone else to do the X-Men, where like they laid the foundation of what they want, and then they bring somebody kind of like, and that's even what I think James Gunn is going to do with Superman. I don't think James Gunn is going to direct Superman 2 if that happens. I do think someone else is going to come in and do it. So I hope that's kind of the plan, because if they're leading several projects, it just doesn't make sense for them to do every X-Men film, you know what I mean? And do every film. It just doesn't make sense at all.
Right. No, and I can respect that. That's a good take. You know, I still think it would probably be like if they could get someone who's talented and capable of doing the first X-Men movie, but at the same time, like getting the X-Men right, like that's a tricky, you know, and it is difficult to do it with all these big characters. Like there's a lot going on. So there's probably some risk to go with someone who isn't battle tested the way the Russo brothers are.
Yeah. I do hope this though. I want Mayo to be the writer. And that's what sucks, because no one understands it like that guy. He gets it, bro. And he's such an idiot. Like it's just like he has it. He gets it, bro. He even some of his DC takes are fire. I ain't gonna lie. He put some fire. Because he was I think he was giving some Man of Steel takes that he didn't like, and I was like, that's a great point. But yeah, Mayo, he's a weirdo, but he's a genius, bro. That dude is smart.
Yeah.
That's what sucks. Like, because I mean, he would have been the perfect writer, but you know, they'll figure it out. That's their job.
Bro, it's crazy how many people, Marvel writers seem to fumble a lot. He did. Jeff loved this.
Yeah, exactly. And love, but then the weird thing is the concepts for his Kang Dynasty was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
What happened to Michael Waldron too? Like, did he just vanish? Did he just drop him?
Yeah, what happened?
Because Loki was a great, tale on his part.
He stepped away from writing Avengers 5 July 13th. But you never know if that means he stepped away or if they were like, hey,
bring back the OGs.
we're going to push you to resign. So, you got to
save face. Yeah. Yeah, and like Waldron, I think it's an L because Waldron is a great writer. I think he wrote Loki very well.
Yeah,
and I think that's someone you could have used for other projects. So that's.
I do think there might also be an element of like we're going in a different direction, and we want writers that are starting with a fresh slate.
Makes sense. Yeah. So they're not holding on to
because you get a writer, and like writers get attached to ideas. Like it's hard to police creatives in that way. So